the aggressive potential of the Crystal Maiden. I just don't want to see Miposhka like in game number 1 against Lays that he's dying level 1, right? Just be a little bit more conservative with the Crystal Maiden. CK has some lifesteal, he has a ton of HP, he's not gonna die to deep. Stay behind him, harass as much as you can, find an opening, go forward. That's how I want this to do it. If they do well in that lane, they have so much kill potential later on. With the rotations of Laurel, they should have this one in the bag. I'm looking at Na'Vi, and I'm kind of afraid that they're gonna be lacking in terms of potentials to make plays. So if this Visage is slowed down, and I think that's gonna be the main one that Laurel is gonna be going for, they are gonna be in so much trouble creating space.
Yeah, and we'll see, I mean, how they want to play around it, because it's just like the Ursa from the last game had a really good start. You know, it wasn't really overly contested. The game itself was a slower game. There was a little bit less aggression, but here I think both sides have the potential to put the pressure on, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Team Spirit answer back into this Ursa, because Na'Vi in that last game just had no answers whatsoever. And
you answer him by crushing his teammates. There's not going to be enough initiation and ability to see what's happening on the map from the side of Na'Vi as much as Spirit had in the
30 seconds
previous game. You have Clockwork, you have not estimated. Snapfire, all of those helps you. What does help you here? Treant? Not really. Tiny until he gets a blink. Again, not really. And a Batrider, he needs the boots of travels and stuff like that. So you need a strong Visage that can stand his ground. Na'Vi are again gonna be looking to slow down the game. Again, I said it even in game number 1 against a team like Spirit. They are gonna recognize it. They might not have done it in game. Now they'll recognize, they'll run up.
Ladies and
yeah, Mira has to be careful. I mean, he does have that Crystal Maiden, but he's trying to get himself in. He does actually get the rune and get himself out with the tether as well. That was cheeky from Mira, but it pays off.
Beautiful. He gets fed a Tango, has the headdress. He'll be more than happy to return to the lane where they've already taken down the trees with the trample. So Team Spirit are gonna be quite fine on. Hoping collapses bring Tangos. Yeah. Playing the lane without the Tangos even have.
No, but yeah, he was ready to go all in before the runes did drop here with the 3 branches with that extra move speed coming through. So the Windlace, offering a little bit more utility here with that trample, a little bit bonus damage, because obviously it scales off how fast you do move, the damage that you put out with this trample. And you can see that Malady's trying to get, he's got a really nice ward down. He got that down before, again, the very beginning of the game, before the runes dropped. He did get this ward down here. So Malady should be able to see any pulls that do come through, any couriers that are moving up as well, if he wants to potentially look for a courier snipe, which I think that's what he was going for there before Mira shut him down.
He was trying to bully Mira. He can't really do much to collapse. He's gonna get trampled. If Mira is connected to collapse, you're not to him, especially with the armor. But you are trying to push the wisp back, so that the thing is, this lane only gets harder. The only thing you can really do in it is kind of secure the farm.
Yeah, looking at the mid lane, so we're going to see Lol coming up against Nicky Cool on his Batrider once again here. Nicky Cool, this time Lol on the Pangolier. He's going to be going for the would you go for more swashbuckle against the Batrider, just to offer the escape, or do you want that shield crash?
The slow on the bat is more valuable than getting away, because you get away from him with the swashbuckle, he turns you back with the.
Yeah.
But if you're slowing down with the shield crash and you can't get it off of you, that's the way that that's why even in Ursa in the mid lane you stuff like that, because you have that potential. Pango does the shield crash, and he is the same.
Yeah, and it looks like as well that Pangolier, he picks up the boots before he goes for the bottle, so he wants that extra movement speed. He wants that extra mobility coming out on the Pangolier. And Nicky Cool, how is he looking? It actually looks like he's got that bottle first item, so he's going to be a little bit behind on the movement. In fact, with the sticky napalm, I mean, the sticky napalm stack up, Pangolier, he's going to be down to 289 with 4 stacks, but 345 with those boots. Nicky Cool, he's got them coming out on the next item, but it is just going to be a little bit of extra mobility here for the Pangolier in this early part of the lane.
top lane. Collapse is already diving. We talked about the Primal Beast and the IO diving. I wasn't really thinking about minute 3, but yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's... Also, I mean, look at the bottom lane. This time around, Miposhka is not taking any damage. This is just going to allow Yatoro to get everything he wants. Navi are getting decimated. It's 0-0 in kills, but in terms of CS, they are not playing.
Yeah, you can see that all 3 cores on the side of Navi, you know, they've got those last hits. They're stacking them, excuse me, all 3 cores on the side of Spirit, excuse me, are stacking the last hits over Navi. And Miposhka, like you say, he's got a lot of regen coming into this lane. 6 tangos to start off with a salve as well as a stick. So he is going to have that survivability to be offered in this lane. I mean, like I said, this time, Lays, they don't have the burst damage coming through enough to be able to get the kill onto Miposhka. Miposhka's just playing back safe, it looks like, though, as well. Sweet and Strong, not going to be able to close the gap as well onto the Crystal Maiden. So this lane could be a little bit different from that first game, like you were talking about. Collapse on the top lane as well. He's not scared of coming back behind that tier 1 tower, getting onto the creep wave. And Malady, he's got the leech seed, so he's going to offer some sustain to himself, but he doesn't really have the harass damage to come out against Collapse.
If you look at this bit, they're not really killable in their side lanes. The supports are, but they're smart enough to keep their distance. Maybe now with Sweet and Strong getting level 3, if he well, he might be able to kill the Crystal Maiden, but that doesn't... Laurel is approaching that level 6. I'm expecting so many rotations because it's not like the Pathfinder is pressure your tower.
No, you know, not a big build and take it. Yeah, I think Nicky Cool is just going to mirror any movements that Lal makes then once he hits that level 6 himself to try and counter gank any lanes that Pangolier wants to apply pressure on.
I think you mirror it, but literally not going to the lane where the Pango is opposite one.
Right.
That's how I think. Because where the Pango is with the Rolling Thunder, unless he's already invested and made a big blunder going way too deep, then okay, you can punish him. But even then, it's not certain that the bat will get on top.
Yeah, and Lal now, he's not too far, what, a creep or 2 away from that level 6, so he is going to have the mana as well if he wants to TP to a lane, maybe apply that pressure. How's Bat looking in terms of the levels as well? Nicky Cool, yeah, so this creep wave, both heroes should be getting that level 6. Top lane, Collapse, again, this isn't even his tower, and he's just so comfortable with Mira backing him up, just playing underneath the tier 1.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Collapse, he's going to be taking a lot of damage coming through from the Nature's Grasp. He's going to be the Earthshock coming through from VTune as well. He's still going to be able to dive himself away. Level 1 here into the onslaught, so he is going to have that really wide dive away here from the Primal Beast to get himself out of danger. If he needs that ripcord, you know, needs that eject button, he can press it and just immediately get out of danger. Because until level 6 onto the Treant, there's no real lockdown on this lane here for the side of Na'Vi.
Robbie and me used to cast the Division
What sort of
in
prize
DPC and
is
Tour 1
this?
and Tour 2 in the previous year. Man, they were like this every game. Until 7 minutes, nothing is happening. And I was always like, okay, at least Division 1 didn't adopt it, but after a year, Division 1 understands this is the way to play Dota. And we now see it in Spirit. They just don't want to touch each other.
I love this, the mid lane, it looks like Lal, is he going to go down here? Nicky Cool does pick up the first blood. I love that he waited, he got himself on top with the Firefly as Collapse does get the kill onto VTune in the top lane. And is there going to be aggression on the bottom lane? The Force Bite comes out now, but there's going to be the toss back. So CK, he didn't actually use the Chaos Bolt to get the stun onto Lays and the toss away. But yeah, mid lane, we saw Nicky Cool, he waited for the Rolling Thunder animation to come out, and then he dropped the lasso. Didn't drop it straight away because you were already on top of the Pangolier, and he got enough damage to get the kill off with that Firefly still ticking.
I like it. That's actually a nice, good way to make sure that Laurel isn't ganking. He's TPing to the top lane, whereas the Ursa TP'd into the mid lane to refill. That's interesting. Okay, that means that they want the tower. Without the siege creep, with these heroes, you're not getting it.
Nope. Malady though, he's in the trees. Does Collapse want to dive into it? He does have that onslaught if he wants to use it, but there's still a bit. I mean, the living armor comes out, this creep wave, and you can see the Pangolier already moving himself back into the mid lane here low. And how much damage did he get? Didn't get anything onto that mid tier 1 tower. Nicky Cool.
If I'm Na'Vi, I'm happy, man. The lane started off pretty badly for them. Now, when we see the bat, he's way ahead of the Tango. And Lexx, he didn't have a great lane, but he's not being bullied by the Tango as I thought he would be. So he's at least going to be able to get some nice levels here. He still hasn't died a single. If I'm Navi, I'm super happy. I thought the starting lane is going to be way too dangerous for them.
Yeah, it's really strong. Actually picked up the Invis rune here now as well, just to make sure Lal can't bottle it off. Miposhka came in with the Frostbite onto the Batrider, but it almost like he's going to come down, and now the Earthshock, he has to swashbuckle himself away from that. There isn't a lasso for the next 10 seconds, so they couldn't take advantage of the Rolling Thunder wearing off, but it's just enough to keep the Batrider alive, and that's the most important part of that fight breaking out. Good rotation coming in from the Tiny to make sure that he offered some protection against the, after the Frostbite came out from Miposhka, and the Batrider just pulls a stage left and gets himself out of danger.
This is okay for Navi. Their towers aren't dropping. We'll see now if Collapse will be able to protect the top tower. This would be big if he can, and it seems like no one is rotating, so it will be going down. So despite Navi, you know, getting some gold on their back and you know, not really needing too many kills, they're still gonna let go of this tower, and that is not ideal. Ursa just isn't having that great of a game, and getting a Rattle Fury and the Power Treads, he has a long win.
Yeah, but it looks like he is being given the mid lane here to help find that farm, find the solo experience, and it's... I mean, the Batrider's in the jungle, so the Batrider's going to be looking for the stacks. They give the solo mid lane over to the Ursa, which means, you know, if there's anything that kicks off the Ursa, he's just going to be able to hang on this side of the river as well. The TPs that come in will offer some protection, so... He's level 6 as well, so he's got the enrage, so he's got that extra protection himself. So I think at the minute, as long as VTune doesn't cross the river, there's a low threshold of kill potential here that comes out against the Ursa. So he is going to be given that time just to find the farm that he needs. In fact, Nicky Cool might just back away and give this farm over to VTune here as well, so he can get closer to those power treads, closer to the Battle Fury.
It's all about team spirit, right? Navi, we already talked about it. Their heroes aren't really capable of making plays. I mean, you have Tiny, who without the Blink Dagger, not that powerful. Treant, not going to be doing anything, not really pushing out the top lane. Even the Visage, he needs to stand in a lane. So Spirit know this, and Spirit are calculating right now what they need to do. I still think Varl could have gotten a few kills on the map, getting a bit more of a lead for his team, but for now they seem comfortable not doing anything. So I'm kind of thinking Team Spirit, they kind of want to force out the same scenario as they did in the previous game. Poke on the top lane in the enemy jungle, force Navi to overextend, crush them, and from that take over the game. That's the idea. That's something I would be gunning for if I was in their spot. Navi are actually allowing the mid lane tower to take some unnecessary damage. This should be prevented for sure, especially because you have
is under attack.
Yeah, the living armor is coming out on this mid lane tower, but the catapult is going to be there as well, so they are going to be able to stack some damage. In fact, Lal's going to be taking the tower shots as well, just to make sure this creep wave gets here before the tower targets onto that catapult creep. And this tier 1 tower, 300 health left. This might actually go down here with the help of the catapult. Living armor comes out again with Miposhka, just going to be on the front lines. Crystal Nova does get dropped onto VTune. Hasty here for the Pangolier. Lal, does he want to try and make something happen? The Frostbite as well onto the Tiny, but it looks like Lal, he doesn't want to overcommit, and it's going to be the deny onto the tier 1 tower, but it does still go down, which creates the space, you know, creates the access to both the triangle and the dire jungle here from the side of Team Spirit. In fact, Collapse is saying, I didn't need access to be granted to me. This is my jungle anyway, and I'm going to be taking all the farm I want from this.
And finally, there's Team Spirit's rotation to work. Lexx, he seems like he's not aware, but this time around, he has a mech. He's not really that easy to target for sure.
Yeah, this time he is going to be going towards the Guardian's Greaves. Yutaro is going to be coming through. How does he want to go in with a Rolling Thunder? It looks like he wants to be building towards a Diffuser Blade here now as well, but Lexx, he's just hanging himself back behind these trees. He doesn't want to give himself away. Like you say, they're not sure where everyone is on the map, so the Spidey sense here for the Visage just tingling, and he doesn't come too far forwards, just underneath the tier 1, just in case anything kicks off, so those TPs can come in to protect him.
Strong in the mid lane. He's playing with fire, really.
Yeah, he only has the backup of Maudi here. Maudi level 7, so he does have the overgrowth, and it's creating space for VTune. At least VTune is finding the farm. You know, he's going to be able to get himself towards that Battle Fury. He does pick that up now, so that's going to accelerate his farm out. But you know, who is this really benefiting in here? 12 minutes in, 1-to-1 in terms of kills. Both teams getting the space for the carries that they need. Is this more, you know, does Yutaro prefer this, or does Team Spirit need to get aggressive and look to put the pressure onto the Ursa sometime soon?
doesn't have to be Gears. Team Spirit wants kills. Their lineup is very good at getting kills, though. Considering that they're taking down towers and not getting kills, that's fine with them as well, because you're losing the map as Na'Vi and you're going for a battlefield hero. So having a low amount of map is that is why Team Spirit are okay by not.
So they're going to try and make a dive in onto the Visage as well. The Swashbuckle comes out, but there is going to be the stuff. Freezing Field's going to be there, and they get the kill onto Lexx. Mira. All 5 heroes from the side of Spirit are down here. Swedenstrong has to run himself away. They have the route onto Malady as well. Malady's going to be taken down, and they get the kill onto Swedenstrong. Can they go even further onto this Nicky Cool? Relocate, but it only drags back onto the IO. Nicky Cool, he's not going to use that lasso. Collapse, big tanky boy, looking towards finishing off that BKB there as well. So a good rotation, and Spirit, they get 3 kills out of that. Don't lose anyone.
Mira's and Collapse's positioning has kind of been the main thing of this. Not a lot of things are happening, but what is happening is that they're focusing on a lot of giving info to their team and constantly doing some carry. And that is creating so much potential.
Look at this. Collapse, he wants to get in. He's got the BKB this time as well. He's going to use that Tumbler's Toy and the Trample. Now, there's going to be the last shot. They're coming out onto the Primal Beast. Do they have enough lockdown to Collapse? That BKB will be run off sometime soon, and they do get the kill late. He's going to be able to get some revenge, gets himself a double kill here on Miposhka and Collapse. And it looks like Na'Vi, do they want to chase even further? There's no overgrowth, but it looks like Yitaro and Mira are going to be backing themselves away. And Lol, he was already out there as well.
Team Spirit want to fight this. They're staying in the area, showing that they want to fight this once their heroes are up. This is kind of dangerous for Na'Vi, especially if Team Spirit start bringing. Okay, Laurel doesn't have a TP. Then this should be. This really should be. Laurel went to the mid lane and doesn't have a TP.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, and they do take this tier 1 tower, like you say. So V-Tune's going to be able to pick that one up, get him out. He's got about, what's that, just over 1,000 gold to catch up with the Chaos Knight. And Yitaro, he's... You know, Yitaro is looking really good. He's using the Phantasms to farm. He's looking for the extra speed, but the relocate's going to be coming in. In fact, they might actually find out Nicky Cool. There's going to be the relocate onto the Batrider with the Pulverize now as well. They get the Frostbite, they get the lockdown. They're going to get the Bat.
Every time I see the Pulverize, I want to see the interactions. The Reality Rift just pulls you out of it. I just have a friend who spammed Primal Beast and he always gets annoyed. Spell, it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. Like, every single thing cancels it, or sometimes when you expect something to cancel it, it just doesn't. Yeah. It's weird, people are still getting used to it, but obviously if you pull a hero out of his arms, he's not going to be able to smash it into the ground any longer. Spirit are just allowed to do whatever they want on the map. Na'Vi have no play potential until Swedenstrong playing. And I don't know, at that point, there's kind of going to be force too tanky to kill, and the only one that you're going to be able to bring down is the pistol lane, and putting yourself in the vulnerable. I wouldn't want to be.
Look at this wraparound. Yeah, Lexx going to be chased down. Reality Rift to drag back. The familiars are going to be there. Can they carry on chasing? He's going to try and use the mechanism to keep himself alive. Going towards those Guardians. In fact, he changed his mind to the pipe. But yeah, he's still going to be dead. One more rifle come through from the Chaos Knight. They do get the kill, and now they might even be able to go for more. But there's going to be the top spike onto Malady. So Mira, he's trying to get himself away from this one. Whereas that tether, does he have it up? He's going to be able to get himself right back onto Yitaro. And the way they started that fight, they went round the backside of the creeps into the trees, knowing that if they walk through the vision, that Lexx could just go for the TP away. Really nice positioning coming through from the Chaos Knight and the IO to move out of vision of the dire creeps and find the kill onto the Visage.
While all of this is happening, V-Tune is barely surviving. It's not like he's hitting creeps all the time. He's just going for a BKB to try to make that one fight happen like in the previous game. But where do you actually attack creeps? Look at the vision of Team Spirit. Top lane, Warden. Bottom lane, they're controlling it with their heroes. It's just impossible for Na'Vi to play Dota.
Yeah, and bottom lane, they might even be able to take on Sweden Strong. As the Reality Rift comes in, Yitaro picks up the kill here, and Mira just grouping up with the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is online. V-Tune, it's going to kill him at Miposhka. They want to go even further though. The relocate's going to be coming in. This is going to be the Reality Rift. He takes down V-Tune. He's just straight up dead. He'd already used the Enrage. It was down for another 10 seconds. And they're going to be able to open up the map once again here on the side of Spirit. Nicky Cool, he's used that lasso. So there's nothing else that they can do here. They can't even try and posture up to take down Mira as he relocates back in, because Yitaro, he's still got the Phantasm. He's still got the kill potential, and they might even go for more here. Nicky Cool going to be slowed down, but the Nature's Grass does come out onto the lane, and Yitaro doesn't have a Blink Dagger just yet.
We get you here, Rob. It's fine. sign that you can't pronounce with a strong name, because it's very tough to call someone strong when you're seeing them just being corrupt on your screen over and over again. Like literally, he can't find impact in his game, and you know, finally, has been found once again and brought down.
Yeah, I like the fact that he must have been microing the familiars there, because he doesn't even react when Yatoro comes up and just boops him in the nose. You know,
he's up, man. React. Like what was he supposed to do? Like the only thing he can do is panic, but the you know, the manly stoic thing would be, yeah, that's so what? So what? You smashed my fist. You'll live to fight another. At least you don't trample over your opponent.
yeah, okay. If that's the narrative we'll go with, then yeah, he was just like, he was being honorable. He was saying that, you know, you found me, and I deserve this death, I guess. You know, he wasn't even going to put up the pretense of trying to run away. V2, no, it looks like he might be able to turn. No, the Avalanche comes through the Rolling Thunder and relocate once again. V2, the toss away, trying to keep his Ursa alive. He's still going to go down, and now Sweden Strong, he's going to be the next victim. 4 heroes grouping up here with the Frostbite, the drive back with the Reality Rift, to get the kill, and even Collapse getting in on that at the very end.
Navi, they all want to die. They all want to die.
They're coming in. They want to try and get something from this, so they might be able to get the kill onto Miposhka. Collapse needs to move himself away from this. The lasso's going to be there, but Primal Beast, he's holding on to that BKB, and now with the familiars being dropping, but Collapse is going to go in. He's still got the BKB, but the overdose comes out. It stops him mid-charge. Nikki Kurdo still going to go down. Bit more trample damage, and Law secures the kill with a swashbuckle. Now lays in the trees. Anything to stop this out. This time, they can't close the gap.
He knows when he can survive. That's when he runs away, and he just DPs away. Nothing about micro familiars. He was micro familiars and that as well. That's okay for Navi. Actually, I thought when he popped that BKB and went for the CM, they aren't going to be getting anything other than the CM, but they get the BKB of the Primal Beast, so that's quite nice. And in the end, they only lose the Bats Rider. Not ideal, you know, but in the current scenario, at least you're showing.
Oh, he has to use the Enrage Ursa. He turned himself back to get the Ring of Aquila, and Yatoro, he just took advantage of this, and now the dive's going to come through. But like you say, the BKB down from Primal Beast, 40 seconds before that's back up. V2, he's going to go taking down again. Yatoro's just running wild. All these heroes, the drive back into the Frostbite, the control, the Dream Protector is going to be next, and this is just an absolute run over here from the side of Team Spirit. Yatoro, he's in the base. The tier 2 towers stand, but he wants to go behind the tier 3s to make a move onto. They're going to have to keep him alive here. It looks like Mirror's going to have to sustain him through this as well. 3 Fear being dropped by Miposhka. 3 heroes dead on the side of Navi, and now Spirit can back up if they want to go towards. Well, they can't go towards the tier 2 tower because the creep wave is still pushed up, but still, diving tier 3s close to tier 4s when the tier 2 tower still stands. That shows you how confident Team Spirit are in this third and final game.
One of stop their already dead moments. Traps himself in the trees, easily gets himself out. But this game is just impossible. Navi, they don't have a way to make a play. They're just gonna wait for the Ursa BKB, and once they lose the fight with that one, it's tough to see them winning it. They're probably gonna GG out, but you always go for that one big item timing that you've been waiting for a long time before you GG out, because it still kind of changes the kind of current flow of the game. Obviously, here the goal lead is way too big for Team Spirit, but you're hoping BKB plus a potential overdive, you can't come back into the game other than, you know, some people, naysayers would say this is over.
Is that me? Am I the naysayer? Am I supposed to say it's over?
Is it, do you think it's over?
I mean, you look at Yatoro, he's in a very comfortable position over the Ursa. 9-0-4 to the 1-4 of V-Tune here. The smoke's going to come out though. They might be able to get the lockdown. Can he take down the Crystal Maiden? Force-Up comes out and Collapse wants to go in. Pops up BKB. Pulverize comes out. They're going to take down Malady as well. Nikki Cool. Can he get himself away from this? He pops his own BKB. Can he be able to get the last with the lockdown coming out onto the Chaos Knight? He's going to be able to pop the Manta style. And Yatoro, can he get himself away? No, Lays does get the kill. And Yatoro is going to go down. He's the outside to clean that up. Miposhka though, he tries to come in with a freezing field. Collapse is going to be back in. Can he take down? He's going to be able to get the trample up. Takes down the Ursa. Now Collapse. Mira, does he he have that relocate out? He's already used it to get in. So Mira, is he going to be going down next? Do they get a full 5-man wipe out of this? Mira just trying to buy time, but there's going to be the blink in the avalanche and toss back, and now collapse. He might be collapsing with the damage coming out from the side of Na'Vi, and Na'Vi, there's going to be a really nice jump through here, but the onslaught's not going to be enough. Is it? Is this going to be enough to keep him alive? He takes down Nicky Cool, collapse, he's running. He's still going to be taken down, and Lexx will get the kill.
There, Lexx keeps his honor, collapse, runs like a coward, and dies there. Just kidding, of course, he turned around that fight, and actually the only reason why this fight is somewhat acceptable for Team Spirit, there it is, BKB on the Ursa, and they win a fight. They won that fight. Team Spirit overdived into a BKB of the Ursa. The Ursa stood his ground against the CK and won. And after the CK is dead, the overwhelming damage just isn't there, and the Ursa can clean up. Obviously, in the end, it just came down to all of the heroes who were left alive don't really have that much burst damage, so it took a long time for the fight to end. But there it is, you know, Ursa dealing 6.3k damage in the fight, and the CK only 2k. It's something that the Team Spirit wouldn't expect. It's a perfect position for Na'Vi, and perfect timing for Na'Vi. Is it going to be enough to win? Probably not, but it is a good start. Second, this is going to be the first row, so it's not that big of a deal. Ursa wants to get the second. First one, even if he loses it, it's not a
Yeah, and we can see here Yatoro, he's going to be able to get that Aegis. Now he wants to go towards that heart. He wants to be surviving through these fights a little bit longer. You saw after he got the toss, it's onto a creep. That could have been the instant bye-bye there for the Aegis. I mean, Mira was there to back him up, has that relocate if he needs it, but Yatoro just, by the randomness of the draw, wasn't pulled back there, and it was the creep that got tossed back instead.
No randomness, and it's the closest target. So Sweden Strong made a mistake with the blink.
Well, I was trying to be nice to Sweden Strong, you know. We don't want to accuse the players of outright mistakes. That's just rude.
You couldn't pronounce his name. Felt he was talking about. Anyways, though, still, Team Spirit. Even if the CK gets lost there, I don't know if it's the ideal scenario. You do have 2 heroes to pull people back, but having the Wisp and the Aegis, that would be Na'Vi, they understand they have to fight, but they're not getting back into the just allowing the enemy to fight. You have to back.
Well, we'll see what, I mean, collapse behind the tier 2. Gonna try and dive himself in to find out. Sweden Strong, though, in the trees away from that. And the tier 2 Spirit are stacking up, they're putting the pressure on it, and it's not even with 11 armor. Not going to live through here. You can see that Maldi's trying to do his best to cut this creep wave, you know, keep the pressure off this tier 2, but it will eventually go down.
Tower is under attack.
Na'Vi are trying to force out as much as they can from Team Spirit. Is it the positioning so that their Ursa knows that he's safe? Is it the BKBs? Anything to slow things down or at least give themselves some. It's that kind of a scenario that you're in. Ursa picks up a basher other than the blink. Okay, I can get behind that. Toss back, lasso, and you want to burst someone down. So they are going for a win. This time around, I like VG's. Last game on the troll, I wasn't a fan, but this kind of build actually does allow him to come back. They get a blink, you jump in, they kite you around, and it's over. You're dead. This way, you're just hoping that your teammates, which might not happen, but it can happen, bring you to the prey as you're under attack. Let's see if Na'Vi can execute. Did they get some?
Yeah, Taro, he's... I mean, he's got that Aegis for another 2.5 minutes, so this does keep the... I was going to say the advantage in the side of Team Spirit, but it looks like Na'Vi, they want to smoke out and maybe look to get a pickup here as Yatoro, he's just pushing onto this tier 2 tower now as well. Maladi's going to be coming close. Does he want to go for the overgrowth? Because he's still got the tether from Mira. So Mira, if there really is danger, Mira can pull him out with the relocate.
Spirit are very careful about it.
Regeneration!
They were fighting before the Ursa. Now they're even with this. They are trying to use the other part of their... That is the ability to come in with all of their heroes without much committal, because they have so they're pushing in all the lanes, and they are the ones now forcing Na'Vi to stay, because they know that if they just run in, there is a chance to lose a fight, and another lost fight means that the game might not be good. But Na'Vi are in a position where they can dictate something rather than just wait for teams to do something and be ready for it.
Yeah, B-Tune, like you say, he went for that basher after the BKB, so he's more bothered about being able to finish the fights and engaging on them. And I mean, you look at V-Tune in terms of net worth behind, he's still about 5k behind Yatoro. How does is he really bothered about catching up? Because, or is it just down to the rest of his team to enable him in these fights? Because he did take a really good one when, you know, Spirit were split up a little bit.
It's better to be rich than to be poor. That's what I'm gonna say here. So he would like to catch up, but it's not impossible for Lady. Hard.
Yeah.
He puts a lot of it on his team's shoulders. But of course, if he could, he would want to have more. The problem is they're not controlling. They're just running where they think their enemy.
Yeah. Okay, and the smoke comes out from Spirit now as well, so we might see 30 seconds left on the Aegis. Yatoro might want to try and make something happen with this Marty. He's going to be the furthest one forward, so the smoke is going to break. Collapse, though. He's going to get the drag back. The lasso comes out. The right click, it's going to be the reactor coming through. Now the 5,000. They might be able to take down Bichu, but Bichu's got the enrage. He's got that BKB. Trying to chase down his Collapse. Collapse is getting really down low. The Rolling Thunder just come through, and Yatoro, he takes down Marty. Might even be able to take down Sweden Strong as well. They both do have buybacks out of this. He forced out a Phantasm, but again, the Aegis is going to be reclaimed, and Yatoro, he's still going to be really happy with this. Everybody on the side of Team Spirit are still up, and they should be able to take down this tier 2 tower in the mid lane.
No hesitation from Navi, but just
Dire's middle tower has
that's the
fallen.
reality of it. Like, I liked what they did. I liked how they ideally deal with the current situation. It was just from there and then that Collapse doesn't even get the Lotus Orb off, and
Dire's middle tower
that
is under attack.
Oh, look at this, the dive in as well. They're going to be able to take down Bichu. Bichu, he has no buyback. He's going to be dead for the next 50 seconds. Yeah, 200 gold away. So, you know, a couple of bounty runes would be able to get him back in this game, but Navi just can't get themselves out of the base. And Spirit, they're going to claim at least a tier 3 tower, maybe even a lane of Brax off this.
And they're not the fastest pushers, and they'll lose the Phantasm, but they'll have one fairly soon. The thing about that last fight is they caught Collapse, but V-Tune didn't call the BKB. I think they didn't suspect the potential of Yatoro jumping. After that's unconnected, it was, I think, certain that Collapse was going to survive and the fight was going to go bad.
Dire's middle barracks is fallen.
Yeah, and now, lol. I mean, he's going to be TPing himself away to push out the spot. I was just watching the celebration there coming out from Collapse as well, so because he does have the Aghanim Scepter up as well, so the uproar will be putting out the projectiles, you know, the waves that do split up, and he just, you know, he gets himself out. He's going to continue to push as well, going on to this top lane now as well to apply the pressure, and you can see that Yatoro, he's just going to continue. He's actually going to be going for the Mage Slayer into the Bloodthorn as well, it looks like, as well, here on the Chaos Knight, before he goes back for anything like a BKB or something like that. He's so confident in the rest of the team to be able to keep himself alive with the Phantasm there, with the AC, the Manta style as well, that he's not too bothered about the potential stun lock coming out for Navi.
If you jump someone and that hero dies, the fight is over.
Yeah.
The thing is that Navi don't have the gold necessary to have the defensive items to help their... The only one that has a way to remove it is the Visage, but if stunned, he's not going to be able to use... I'm liking that. You know, that is the thing. Team Spirit want to jump in, burst someone. That's what their lineup is. I don't think it's built to do, but at this point in the game, this is how you break the formation of the enemies and you destroy them completely and utterly. Let's say you get the silence into V-Tune and the stun, he's just gonna die without you. That's gonna be it.
We'll see how they're going to make this happen here. Nicky Cool, he's got himself the Blink Dagger, he's got himself the BKB, so he's got a good option to get in. But like you say, the last time they got onto Collapse with 3k health and 28 armor. He is a big, scurry beast, and it's so hard to take him down. That he's definitely not the target that you want to jump, but even if he gets involved in this fight, you know, the disruption that the Primal Beast offers as well, Navi just can't deal with it at the minute.
Also has the upward 20 more. 60, no wait, 53, sorry, if he has the CK. That's just the thing, 48, sorry, without the CK. So Collapse does not die. That is kind of the conclusion. So Navi needs to find another target. So ideally it's the Pango. He has the A on this, he doesn't die. CK. Okay, CK is your target, but he's probably going to be staying behind. This is very tough for Navi. It's not like they have vision. I wouldn't want to be in this case. Crit itemized so they don't get bursted. If they don't get bursted down, they win the fight.
And, well, they might try and make a jump happen again. There's going to be the talk back as well, but like you say, Lyle, he's going to be able to survive the Lotus Orb. He even comes out afterwards. He's going to be able to pop the double damage rune here now as well. Getting himself on top of the Tiny. Tiny's caught the staircase. He's just being rolled down to get the kill, and the last shot does come through, but again, the Primal Beast do have the damage this time. He pops that BK, but he's not going to be able to take him down, and they're even going to be able to get themselves on top of Lays, and Lays not going to be able to get himself away from this one. Yatsuro gets the kill. They're going to go even further. The buybacks come through from the 2 kills on the side of Navi. Can they get themselves into this fight before he goes overboard, and they take down V2. V2's dead. The freezing field, the celebrations comes out. They're going to be able to find the Tiny again. The stun lock coming through, and they get the kill onto Sweden Strong. Lays, he needs to get himself back in the base, but the reality it comes out. It's going to be Silence. Collapse gets himself on top. The Pulverize is going to be there now as well. They're just absolutely cleaning up.
Is under attack.
That was the, you know, you can say best that Navi can hope for in terms of how the fight is gonna go, how things are gonna develop inside of it. You initiate, you pop the end disc, you force out the rolling thunder, your support dies, you buy it back. So it's 5 versus 5 still, and you're in an okay position. You haven't used your big spells. You forced out